you guys, it's Karen and I'm here on day 4 post eyelid surgery and I'm not touching my eyes. I'm going to make sure I don't touch my eyes. You guys were so funny telling me off for that because my husband was as well, and I'm a nightmare for things like that, always, you know, touching things and desperately want to peel these off. I'm quite proud of myself that I haven't. The first thing I want to say is thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you doesn't really cover it, but thank you for all your positive comments and feedback and, you know, wishing me a speedy recovery, which I kind of feel like a bit of a fraud for because this was elective. But the good thing about being a cynic and being an anxious person and a worrier is that I'm always surprised when people are nice. And I was really surprised because I was really nervous about putting that video up, the last video, because obviously I don't look great. I've not got a scrap of makeup on. But more than that, I know that there are people out there that won't agree with this type of surgery for cosmetic reasons. And so I was expecting a bit of a backlash, you know, and expecting people to say, I'm unsubscribing, I can't believe you're doing this. And that's something I accept because, you know, this is my life and this is my beauty channel. It's not going to influence decisions, people leaving, if that makes sense. But I was really nervous coming to look at the comments and they were 99.9% were positive. There was one negative comment and that was it. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate it. This isn't something that I've gone into lightly. You know, this £3,000 is a lot of money. And it's a lot of money to me. It's not, we're not rich. We don't just have a spare £3,000 to spend here and there. This was a bonus, I think I told you, from my husband, where he bought new golf clubs and this is what I had done. It's something I've wanted done for years, which you'll know if you've been with me for that long. It is mostly cosmetic because, you know, it was about the fact that when I was taking photos, it was very difficult for me to get any of my lid colour in the photo, especially if I was smiling. I could get a lot of it if I wasn't smiling, but the minute I smiled, it just was impossible. But also, I felt tired. I could actually feel the heaviness of my lids. And if you've had hooded eyes from aging especially, you'll know exactly what I mean. If I was driving, I feel like my eyes are tired, but I'm not tired. You know, I could just feel the weight of them getting worse and worse. And so it was mostly cosmetic, but there was also that side as well. And if you saw my Instagram story from when I was in the hospital, I said that I felt very, very lucky to be in the hospital for a cosmetic procedure rather than medical because, you know, I was checked in with a couple of other people who were one was having a hip replacement and they were mostly there for medical reasons. And the last time I was in that hospital, because it was a private hospital, I was having my knee surgery. And so I was in a lot of pain. And, you know, I'm just so appreciative that I'm healthy enough and that I have the funds to be able to do this. I never thought I'd be able to have blepharoplasty. And I can already feel, I don't know whether I'm imagining it or whether it's psychosomatic, if you like, but I already feel like my eyes are wider. When I go and look in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I can see my eyes, you know, and I don't know, like I said, whether that's just in my head, but it's a great feeling anyway, and I'm very excited to see the results, as I know you guys are. Don't forget that the videos will be out of sync, so it might be confusing over the next couple of weeks because I will do these blepharoplasty updates in between the videos that I have already filmed, and I'll let you know when I've run out of videos, but I've still got another 3 or 4 to put up for you, so there will be other videos other than just the blepharoplasty update. I'll make a playlist as well so that it's easier to find all of the videos. So pain wise, I had one little blip, if you like, which was on the day that I filmed. So it was day 2 and it was in the afternoon, so it was after I had filmed and edited, etc. And I just was in a little bit of pain, but it was literally for about half an hour. I could sort of feel my eyes getting sorer and sorer, and a lot of you have said I should be resting. I told my husband that. I said, oh, there's a lot of comments saying I should be resting, and he's like, well, they clearly don't know you because there's not a chance that I can get you to sit still. It takes a lot for me to rest. It's just not my thing. I just don't like sitting doing nothing, and I feel like I'm resting. This is my version of resting, which is I'm filming a bit, I'm editing a bit, and I'm making some toys, which is, you know, a hobby, if you like. I'm not doing anything vigorous, you know. I just suppose I'm not doing anything that I would normally do. Anyway, I know I probably should have been resting, and my point is that on that day I think I had been looking at the, I'd been down at the sewing machine a lot, and I think just my eyes were tired and I probably should have been resting more than I was. It was only day 2, it was the day after surgery. So I went and lay down for half an hour, and I used the cold compresses, which I didn't think I was going to need. I just wet some of those gauze, put them in the fridge, left them there for a while, and then put them over my eyes. That definitely was soothing, really, really soothing. The only thing is when you take it off, it does make it itch a bit as the water evaporates. But then the pain was gone, and it wasn't unbearable pain. It wasn't like anything that... I have pains every day that are more painful than that, if you know what I mean. So yeah, not a problem at all. Bruising wise, I think you can see that it's not much different. I'll get you close up. So you can probably see that there's a little bit under my eye there in the corner. It's the same in both corners. And if I lift my eyes up, which feels really, really weird, but you can see that it's above the steri strips as well. Yeah, I don't think it looks that much different than it did on day 1. I have no idea why I haven't bruised this time, because like I said, when I had my knee surgery, the bruising went up, it travelled upwards to my waist. From my waist down was bruised, and right to the end of my toes was black, blue, red, purple. It was just frightening looking. And I remember I went into hospital the day after I had my knee operation for extra pain relief because I was in so much pain, and he needed to take the cast off and the splint off and all the dressings off to have a look and see if it was infected, and he took it off, and I remember seeing Kev's face because he was sitting in the hospital room with me, and he was kind of like, oh my god. It looked horrific. So the only thing I can think is I'm on blood pressure medication now, and I'm on a lot of medication, but I had high blood pressure then, and I don't now, so that might have affected it. But there's many medications I'm on that might have made a difference. I did look into arnica. I know a lot of you were suggesting arnica way back, and it's something that I've known about for years. I've got friends that swear by it. I've got one friend that every time she has a baby, she takes it and applies it as a gel as well and swears by it. I've got had another friend that died of cancer that every time she got an operation, she would use it. And I used it for my knee operation, but clearly it did nothing for the bruising. I mean, I suppose you don't know. Maybe if I didn't use it and didn't take it, it would have been all over my body, but I don't think so. And I did end up getting an infection in my knee, probably from touching it too much. Well, no, it can't have been from that actually, because it was all wrapped up and splintered, so it wasn't from that. So arnica, that's why, like I said, I wanted to just kind of leave it to naturally bruise, and it hasn't, so I don't know why. I can't explain that. But regarding the scar healing, again, a lot of you have said, some of the suggestions I've had is to eat a lot of protein, take antihistamines. I already eat a lot of protein. I eat a very low carb diet because of my insulinemia, so insulin imbalance, sugars, etc. And I already take antihistamines daily for rhinitis. So I did take extra antihistamines. There are some that you can mix together, and thankfully they don't make me feel tired. If Kev takes the one I took, it completely knocks him out, and that did help with the itching, definitely. And then regarding the actual scars, I'm going to go and buy today some silicone gel. Now, I don't know, the surgeon might have something in mind to give me. I'm seeing him on Tuesday, so today is Friday. I'm seeing him on Tuesday to get the steri strips out and the stitches out as well, and then we'll see what he recommends. But I want to have something in place just in case he doesn't give me anything. I was interested why, I'm not going to touch my eyes, don't worry. I was interested why he'd used stitches and steri strips, but it does kind of make sense because the stitch actually goes in there, comes out in the middle, and then comes out there. So I think there's actually only 3 entry and exit points, if that makes sense. So he hasn't stitched the wound together, he has steri stripped the wound together, and the stitches are just a kind of belt and buckle approach. It's just, steri strips actually make a much neater wound than stitches, and so I'm guessing that's why he's done this, because I couldn't find that was a gold standard or anything. I think he's just, I'm pleased with the way he's done it, so I looked into what was the best thing for making sure that scars looked better, and silicone gel sheeting is the best. There's a lot of research behind it. It reduces the redness, it reduces the, it makes them flatter. but it is definitely silicone gel sheeting, so like whereby I'd have to put a plaster over it. There is silicone gel that you can buy, and that's what I'm going to buy because there doesn't seem to be any kind of plasters or sheeting or anything available to us, available in the chemist anyway. I'm not going to start buying from eBay or anything. But I'm going to put that on because it's the one that you can put on, it dries down and you can put makeup on the top. So regarding makeup, by the way, I had asked him when I would be able to wear makeup and he said 2 weeks maximum, which I thought, really? 2 weeks? That doesn't seem like much. But a lot of you guys have told me that your eyes were pretty much okay within a week and that you were wearing makeup pretty soon after. And he said to me, after he takes the stitches out, a couple of days after that, I should be able to wear makeup, but at the most a week, so 2 weeks at the most, which, yeah, I'm really surprised at. But like I said, with that silicone gel, I can put makeup on top of it. So we'll see what it looks like on Tuesday. I'm not going to do any more videos now. I'll do this one, and then the next one I'll do is after I've had the stitches out on Tuesday, unless anything happens that I feel would be useful for you to know. But I'll come back on Tuesday after the stitches have come out, and then we can see what we're dealing with and what it looks like and how long it might take to heal and what he said about that, etc. I have been out, by the way. I did have my glasses ready. I took my sunglasses with me to the hospital, actually. But I hadn't worn them. But I decided yesterday to go out, so I put my sunglasses on because I thought I'm absolutely fine to drive. I needed to go and pick up a prescription and get some supplies from Hobbycraft. And I don't like driving in sunglasses, so I took them off immediately. And I thought, you know what? My neighbours, a couple of my neighbours are friends, and one of them has already had eye surgery, not eyelid surgery, but she had eye surgery. Thankfully, she was in the summer and she could wear her sunglasses no problem, but, you know, she told us anyway. And so I thought, you know what, if people look at me weird in shops, so be it. They're going to look at me weird for wearing sunglasses when it's raining and dark anyway, aren't they? You know, because it was the afternoon I went out and it was getting dark. So I'm just going to abandon sunglasses today because I'm going out again today, like I said, to buy that silicone gel. Good timing. That's the cleaner in the stairwell, but I have nothing more to tell you. So thank you so much again for your lovely comment. Thank you for watching, and I'll speak to you on Tuesday. Well, I probably won't upload it on Tuesday. That will probably be uploaded on the Thursday. So I currently upload on Tuesdays and Saturdays with extra ones on Thursday.